Hello, friends and neighbors. Swaggin' Man Piper 1926 here on a rather late Monday evening. Wasn't the best. Oh well. We live and we get through it and we move on. And you can kind of see it there. The old no name, slightly bent. We're going to call this a bulldog till someone tells me otherwise, or yeah. And in it is Hearth and Home meat candy. Vermont meat candy. It's almost like breakfast, or what I would. Little maple, kind of a light smokiness. Apparently, the candy bacon with like some sugar, so that's kind of what it's like. To me, it's like pancakes with bacon. So it's very good, very tasty. Very much a holiday blend, in my opinion. But how is everybody? Everyone doing all right? You make it through the Thanksgiving day and visiting family and everything okay? Didn't eat too much turkey or get too excited on the ball games happened over the weekend. I just assume they'll talk about all that. Anyway, so we did something a little different this year for the Thanksgiving. Went up to what essentially would be the equivalent of my stepmother's, or I'm sorry, my stepmother-in-law's house, and had Thanksgiving up there, which was nice. And interesting to say the least, but nice enough. Didn't go to mine. My uncle has basically, well, he took over the Thanksgiving. He wanted to have everybody over at his new place, which is fine. But he has 2 children, and both of them are married. Both of them have children, and one of the sets of children are nothing but, well, they're brats is what they are. And one of them is a large man child. He's like 13 and 6 foot. And I would probably be thrown out. It's what it pulls down to. I couldn't take it. I won't. No. So we didn't go. I didn't go. That, and partially to me it's a smaller place, smaller house, and too many people in a tight area, and I ain't gonna do it. I don't have to do it. I didn't do it. But I had a nice 4-day weekend. Pipe went out. As per usual, after Thanksgiving, we went and got the tree. Yay. The tree is up now, of course. Lights decorated. And somehow or another, and I don't know how it happened. I mean, I was right there. I was the one that decorated the daggone tree this year. I haven't touched that many ornaments in 10 years. Because I just absolutely refuse to do it. Because when I would try and help, I would put an ornament on the tree, and normally my mother would go behind me and move it. So I finally come to no, I'll hand you ornaments or what have you. I ain't doing it. Well, this year, not only did me and my son put the ornaments on, somehow or another I got suckered into putting part of the lights on. I don't know what in the heck happened. I went from absolutely not to walking around the tree carrying lights. I don't know. I'm dumbfounded. I don't even like having a stupid Christmas tree. I mean, I'm more of a Charlie Brown tree. You know, put the little sprig up, and that's it. I don't know. I don't understand what happened. But it's done. Thank God. So, Saturday, or Friday night, Saturday, my son spent the night with my mother, which is fine. Well, we went to go pick him up so we could go get the tree. And I walked into my mother and grandmother's home. And tell him to get everything together, get your shoes on and everything. He's there working on his shoes, and he's got one shoe on and trying to get the other one. I walked out there and looked at him and said, "Son, that's the wrong foot. You've got your shoe on the wrong foot. Switch them." He loses his mind. He starts crying, carrying on. He said, "Oma," which is my mother, said it was the right foot. I said, "No, son, I'm telling you it's not. I wasn't mean about it." But he just loses his mind. And my 83-year-old grandmother gets up out of her chair because Russell was crying, walks over to me and says, "Don't you be mean to that baby," and it essentially gives me a butt busting for it. 83 years, I'm a grown. My grandmother hasn't struck me in over 30 years. At least 30 years. But no. I got a butt busting from my 83-year-old grandmother. For nothing. Telling my son that the shoe was on the wrong foot. So, all that happened. I get out to the car. I sit down in the car. My wife is there waiting. I look at her and I said, "You know what just happened?" She said, "No. What?" "Mama just give me a butt busting." And she said, "You must have deserved it." Mm-mm. I said, "You're kidding." She said, "Absolutely not. If doesn't matter. If your grandmother gets up out of her chair to do that, you deserved it. I don't know what you did, but you deserved it." Thanks, baby. Thank you. So there you are, folks. I deserved it. Didn't do nothing. It's his fault, not mine. Well, folks, hopefully you all have a good week. I'm going to try and check in on you here midweek, maybe tomorrow. You never know. Just depends on how everything else plays out. So you folks take care of yourselves. And remember, kindness costs us nothing.